Ravens, depending. PDDs nullify all Protoss anti-air. So they give you a massive advantage. They just allow your Banshees to become invulnerable for quite some time, as well as the rest of your army, allowing you to get the advantage now. Throwing my orbital command down when it gets a chance. He's got a nice army, and that damage that I did, I still am up a good deal of harvesters on him. Salvage my 2 bunkers out here and remake them at the front. Constant Banshee production. Here's my first Raven. Now, gas is the most important part of this expo. You want as much gas as you can, mostly for the Thor production. You're going to be going, since you're going Thor, Banshee, Raven, that is very, very gas intensive. At some point you can get a second barracks if you'd like. I don't get one this game very early, just because you're going to have a lot of extra minerals effect, since it is so gas heavy. And constant Banshee production. Still, you get your armory down at the same time that you put this expo down. And then you get your tech lab on your factory when your armory is about 80% done or so, maybe less, between 50 and 80%. Switch guys down over to gas when you realize it. I'm a little bit late on this one, sadly. Still, constant Banshee production. And once this tech lab finishes and your armory is done, pop out your Thor. I don't have quite enough gas, but I will shortly. Now, at this point in the game, where Banshee wears the big in terms of building, you need to build Thors. Really, this question, if you only have 200 gas, don't build 2 Banshees, build 1 Thor, if there's not already one in production. Mule up at pretty much any given opportunity. And you're going to have a lot of excess minerals, and you know what you can do with those excess minerals? Build another base! Build another base, why not? Your production facilities do not allow you to use those minerals fast enough, so throw another base down, get more gas. You have your Thor, you have constant Marine production, you have constant Banshee production, constant Supply Depot production as well, constant SCV production as well. This is about macro. Keep building units. Hotkey if you need. Luckily, it's a pretty easy one to stick with, at least in my opinion. 1 Thor's down, I have more gas for another. Now I like to throw a tech lab on one of my barracks, my second barracks, and get combat shields. As I was saying, the entire point of your Thors and your Marines is to tank damage. So why get stim when you could get combat shields, add a significant buffer of damage for those Banshees to tank? Speed it up a little bit. Second barracks, I'm getting a reactor on this for extra Marines, and a second factory. The second factory is really because I have this third coming out. Once I get this third, you can crank out 2 Thors simultaneously, and that is absolutely, absolutely terrifying. Here's combat shields, my 2 bunkers, and here comes an attack. A pretty scary attack, too. It should be able to take this out pretty easily. Except with massive Banshee fleet. Remembering SCVs to prepare. And the moment those Banshee comes out, he realizes, oh, I cannot deal with this at all. Silliest force fields ever, as I can just walk a Thor across and break them. Now I'm on 3 base. I usually like to make my 3rd base a planetary, just for good measure, and my gases are going down immediately on it. Gases are most important. We have 2 factories now. When I have the gas, I will be making constant double Thor. I will be making constant triple Marine, since I have so much extra minerals to dump. I will be making constant supply depots, even though I'm up right now. And the hope is constant Banshee. Really, the only time I wouldn't be making Banshee is if A, I don't have enough gas, I need to be making Thors, or B, I want to get a second Raven. As I was saying, 2 Ravens is optimal at this point. Transfer workers, so I'm at 3 base, and he is speeding it up a little bit. You know the gist. Pretty much same old, same old. If you want to get an upgrade, you have the money. First, I usually get ship weapons level 1. Just because that is your damage. Then secondly, I get armor for mech level 1, just for additional tanky. I'm getting stim just because I have so much money at this point. And I'm going to speed up the game a little bit more. Really, as I was saying, this This entire strategy is based on macro, getting your units, and having this right comp. Having a bunch of Thors, a bunch of Banshees, a bunch of Marines. The original Medvac, if you can save that, is huge to tank damage with your Marines, and you don't need to use your starports moving any. And I'm still very low on money, just for keeping it low, spending it all. You could have enough production facilities with this, with your barracks, your 2 factories, your 2 starports, to keep yourself at pretty much nothing. And my supply is so much higher, so much higher. He's on 3 base, which is exactly where you want to be as Protoss. He has Archons, which are very good against my Marines. He has High Templar, which are very good against my Banshees and my Thors for feedbacks. He has Stalkers, which are very good against, or I should say good, they're at least a buffer for the Banshees. He has Immortals, which are amazing for the Thors. So he's actually got a decent comp here to counter what I have. He has an Observer as well, just in case I have Cloak, which I could have. I will, in fact, get Cloak on my Banshees if when I attack with my Hellions, if I do not see any sort of Robo or Forge. Jesus OP, he says. He knows that shit is about to go down. Now, I have my units on different hotkeys. I have my Thors and my Marines on 1. I have my Banshees on 2 and my Ravens on 3. When I attack, I do not attack with them as one ball. I go 1A click, 2A click, 3A click, or depending on what I'm doing, right clicking or well, pretty much right clicking, I guess. All right, well, let's continue. The goal is you want to have your Banshees behind your army. So keeping them sort of, making sure you engage with your Thor Marine Ball is most important. And here comes the engagement. In the moment that it does, PDDs. 2 PDDs down. Not good. There's 1. There's 2. My Banshees in. Behind him and adds damage. Soaking up everything. Attacking everything. He is killing just about nothing. He is WTF, fucking guy says, as he leaves the game in range. Almost a GG. Almost. But what can you do about that? There is very, 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 very little you can do as Protoss against that. What happens is when you see Banshee, you say, well, I need Stalkers, I need High Templar. If he goes super High Templar, I can throw a Ghost Academy down and EMP the heck out of him. But even then, your Banshees can just run away. You're on a separate hotkey, use your 2, run away. Your Thors, while High Templars are decent against with feedback, they don't do that much. Also, what you see here is I sent about 6 to 7 SCVs and put them on auto repair and had them follow with Thor. Most of your damage dealing here is Thor Banshee. Marines are just there for buffer, they have a medvac to heal, but your Thor and your Banshee, if they have repairs, they can do so much. You become an indestructible fighting machine at this point. You have fat Thors to tank damage with repair to tank damage. Marines that are dispensable with a medvac to help heal them. You have Ravens to throw PDD and nullify all anti-air, and Banshees to just absolutely mutilate anything that's happening on the field. You are in a wonderful position. Their anti-air is terrible for the Banshees. The Banshees are almost untouchable. Your Thors are almost untouchable. Your Marines are really the only thing that can be hurt. And at this point, they're likely going to have Archons. They're likely going to have DTs, which your Ravens cover. They're likely going to have High Templar with Storms. They're likely going to have Colossus. All of these things, Marines die to. Everything else does not, however, and you can just lose the Marines, that's fine. If they do have Colossus, use your Banshees, target them down, you win. He goes too many Immortal, you have enough Marines, shoot the Immortals of your Marines, they die, you win. They go too many sentries, try to throw down too many force fields, walk through it, you win. There is nothing, really, that they can do other than some sort of ludicrous High Templar Phoenix Immortal build, which happens from time to time, but it is incredibly rare, and you'll never see it. That is my 1v1. That is my Terran vs. Protoss strat. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment, and I will respond. Thanks. Bye.